All right, guys, we're going to do a little tear down. We're going to get the tail light out. We're going to get the bumper off. We're going to get rid of the pinstripe as well, and then we're going to get to blocking our primer out, and then it's on to masking and painting. So I'm not going to bore you guys with every little detail, every little nut and bolt. This is really easy. These taillights on these Chevys are simple. Of course, you're going to pull your little plug off. Be real careful on the tabs. I'm sure you guys know, most of you know that already. Pop that out. These are really easy. I mean, look at this. They don't even have bolts or nuts on them. They just twist off with these little, by hand. I mean, you don't even need a tool for that. The trim panel pops off really easy if you want to see inside of here. I mean, this literally has one of these, unscrew it off of there. This pops out of the way. Up inside of here is where you're going to get to your bolts and stuff. I mean, it's really simple, really straightforward. Most of you probably already know this, so I won't bore you with all of that. All right, we're on to the front bumper. We're going to get it out of the way. We're going to get this headlight out of the way, and then we're going to go on to the pinstripe. And lastly, the headlight. The easiest part, right? Just like that, simple. So I got me a little racer wheel here. These things are relatively cheap. They're only around 20 bucks maybe. This one's made by 3M. I love these things, man. This really will make easy work of this pinstripe. And we're gonna zip this off right now. All right, front fender turned out great, zipped right through it, no problem. We're gonna get on to the quarter panel. One thing I wanted to say, when you're using these, it's good to hold them flat, because if you get like this, you start rounding it off, and it makes it where you don't have as much surface rubbing on here, so it takes a little longer to get it off. Otherwise, and also, slower is better. I feel like if you spin this thing super slow, like I'm doing here, it takes it off just as fast as you would if you're spinning this thing full blast, except it won't smear. If I spin this full speed, it wants to smear the tape because it's getting too hot. So slower is better, in my opinion. It works out great for me, and it gets this pinstripe off awesome. This is what I was talking about. I did this on purpose just to show you guys. This is what happens when you spin the wheel too fast. It just starts to smear the tape because it's literally melting it versus just erasing it. If you come back here and look, you'll see this is where I slowed down, and look, it took it off perfectly. Didn't leave any residue behind, no smearing, no nothing. So that's what I was talking about, and that's no big deal. We'll get that right off, no problem. So, but it just creates extra work for yourself. So if you just slow down, you'll get it off the first time, no problem. All right, everybody, we're done with the teardown phase. It's time to get back on this. This is primed. This is set overnight. It's ready to block out. Now we're gonna block it with 320 grit sandpaper. That will get this nice and smooth and ready for sealer and paint. That's what we're gonna do right now. When you're blocking, you wanna kind of go in it like a crosshatch pattern. Notice I'm going this way. Well, you also want to go this way. like this. If you don't do this, you get those lumps and those waves and things like that, and you don't want that in your finished product. It won't look good. I want to show you guys this little trick here. This is something I picked up in the paint shop. When your paper starts to get clogged up, just take your paint stick, just smack it around a little bit. Look at that, like brand new again, right? Make your materials last longer. This stuff's expensive. We try to teach all of our kids that in the body shop. Anytime we ever get new students in there, you find new paper all over the floor all the time. It's like, no, you gotta learn this trick. Now check this out. It's starting to feather out really nicely. We see our body line right through here. We'll keep going again until this is all nice and smooth. We're gonna try not to burn through it anywhere. We want to, we don't want our body work showing back through, and we don't want any bare metal to show back through. So this is a delicate process right here, but you'll get it. Just keep going, just like this, nice and easy, and it doesn't take much. I mean, look at that. You can actually see it start to take shape. Keep your paper clean. If you don't keep your paper clean, you won't cut straight. Keep going with the crosshatch. 45 degrees this way, 45 degrees this way, and just keep doing that. Be mindful of your body line. You don't want to be over here cutting away at your body line. What I'm doing basically, I'm focusing even pressure, but I'm not trying to like dig in on the back side of it there, because I'm trying to go easy along this line here. I want to keep that line. It's important to have that body line when we're done. And just keep going back and forth, just like that. And then back and forth this way, just like this. Being mindful of that body line the whole time. Keep your eye on it. If you burn through a little bit, it's not the end of the world, but just be mindful of it. Keep it to a minimum. Want to keep your block moving around, but check it out. Look at the run. Disappearing. I'm just going to go through here, kind of fine tune my body line. Get it nice and straight. Alright, so I did a little loose masking in here. We don't got to get too carried away. What I'm basically going to do is I'm going to shoot some color in here to get the inside of the jam white. We're going to let that dry overnight. We'll come back in tomorrow and we'll be able to back tape this edge once the paint is dry. After letting it sit overnight, we'll actually be able to tape that and not have to have any worries about the tape messing up the fresh paint or anything like that. I'm going to split my color down here. If you'll notice down here, we've got a little latch type mechanism here. It's a perfect spot to kind of blend your color in there, because you'll have the rubber coming through here, which completely covers this side. And then this side, you've got this weird little body line here. And I could cheat. Check this out, man. I could come in here like this, fold my tape over on itself like this. Gives me a soft edge. I could come in here and I could tuck this tape right up underneath that latch. And I'll mess with this a little bit, but I'll get it up inside of there. Kind of like that. And bring this on around. And now remember, we're going to have a big old piece of trim that comes over here. So really the only spot that you're going to see is just this little narrow piece right here. And then you got this weird body line. So when I kind of throw my color down there, I'll cover this part with paper. When I throw my color right there, you won't notice it because of this weird little shape that's in the sheet metal. Perfect little way to kind of hide a little blend there. All right, here we go, coat number 2. Everybody, I got the car masked up, ready to shoot, but unfortunately it is just too friggin' windy today. I mean, look at this. It is crazy. So I'm gonna have to hold off a little bit. There's just too much dirt in the air, and even though we're inside of a shop, it ain't gonna matter. It's just too much dirt in the air. I'm gonna wait till this evening when it slows down a little bit. My goodness, this is crazy. So anyway, we'll get done with that probably tonight is what we're hoping. That's what we're shooting for. We got heat now, so everything will be good. All right, so now I've sanded the whole surface down of this car with 600 grit sandpaper. Now I'm going back with my Scotch-Brite, and I'm just going around getting all the edges, making sure I get real close up into the window, because we're not going to pull this window out. I know some of you guys are going to give me crap for that, but sorry. You got to draw the line somewhere. We won't make money if we have to call a glass guy out here and cut this glass out and glue it back in and all that. So we're just going to tape around it on this one. No big deal. Somebody's already actually painted this before, and it's already been taped around once. So, I mean. All right, right now we're removing the upper door trim. We got to get this out of the way because the rubber at the top actually touches right here, and we can't have that. When I'm coming through here painting, that's got to go. So that's what we're doing here. We get that out of the way. Makes it where the paint can go in there. The rubber won't be touching it. That's unacceptable. We can't do that. Got to come through and drill out all these little rivets. So it's a little bit of a pain, but we're getting it, and that's what we're doing right now. Getting it wrapped up now. I'm going in and taping up all my jams. You know, I'm getting tape all in here so that I don't get any overspray in there. I hate getting overspray in the jams. It's so annoying. It makes it all rough. And I know some of you probably bought cars and you feel inside the door jams and stuff and it feels rough and you're wondering, hey, what's going on? Well, somebody painted it and they didn't tape up the jams. Can't do that, man. No way. All right, here we are. Got some of these jams taped up. This is what I do. I wrap them all up with paper all the way around. I get up inside of here as well so that nothing blows down inside of the gaps when you're outside painting between the fender and the door. I don't want any of that blowing in here. Here's our masking through here, and this is what we talked about before, how we're going to kind of roll our tape back on itself to get that soft edge. And General Motors was nice enough to give us a little body line in there, and that is perfect for splitting and masking this right here, separating this from the other part. The overspray will right inside of here, hit that soft edge, and with it having that little body line there, it'll just disappear. You will not see it. All this has been scuffed all through here, all the way up to the tape line, so you'll get proper adhesion. it's done. It's painted. It's all one color. It all matches. Turned out really well, actually. I mean, it's not nearly as dirty as I thought it would be. Everything laid down nice. I got a few little pieces of dirt I can see in here. Be honest with you, you won't even see that once it's outside. But if we get it out there and we can still see it, I'll go back, buff that out, no problem. But hey, check it out, man. Turned out all right. I'm happy with it. Got it all done on a budget, 150 bucks. Out the door, man. We're gonna make some money on this one. I can't wait to get it up for sale. And job well done. This is a win. We're gonna send it. There you go. Well, there she is. She's unwrapped, and I've got a couple pieces I want to still got to put on it. I had to paint that door handle, the mirror, and you remember this molding that goes down at the bottom was screwed up. So I painted all those separately after pulled the car out, just to make more room. And they're drying right now, and I'll put those on here probably in a few hours, and this thing will be finished up. I think it turned out pretty good. What do y'all think? You know, not bad for an old used car, right? I mean, it all matches. I could go back and do a little buffing. I might do that. But I mean, this is unbuffed. This is straight out of the shop. The color match looks okay. Hell, I think we nailed it, man. Good enough. Not bad for 150 bucks. I mean, it's a win, right? Well, there it is anyways. So hey, appreciate you guys watching. Hope I maybe inspired some of you guys that are wanting to do some of these kind of flips. You know, I mean, this was a pretty easy one. Just replaced a couple of doors, did a little paint work, no big deal. Anybody can do it. I'm telling you guys, anybody can do it, man. This was all single stage, so it wasn't a base coat, clear coat. You just put it in the can, you mix a little reducer in it, and you go. You just do it. As long as you take your time, make sure everything's sanded properly, you'll be all right, man. Just make sure it's clean, all that good stuff. You'll be all right. You can do it. So anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. Please like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I want to give a special shout out to Randy for over at Auto Auction Rebuilds. He check this out. He gave me the old F-150. He just gave it to me. Very nice of him. Not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with it. He told me it's mine to do whatever I want. If I want to fix it, if I want to sell it, or whatever. You know, maybe we'll shoot some videos doing some body work. Who knows? We'll see. But hey, she's mine now. Thanks, Randy. I really appreciate that. It's very nice of you giving me this old truck. I'll do something with it. We'll see. Thanks for watching, you guys. I do appreciate it.